What's up, guys? It's a nice evening this afternoon. Cool compared to what it was earlier today. I'm just doing a few chores outside here and thought that I'd take a few minutes to talk with you all about something. What I wanted to talk about in this video is the fact that what we're seeing is an outright war on independent people who are self-sufficient. If you look into some of the actions taken by different governments and things like that within, state governments, federal governments and things like that, you'll see what I'm talking about. In fact, I'm working on an article for my website where I actually get into a little bit of that. Now, many of you all know that in rural areas and things like that, it is common to find farmers markets. It's common to find farms that have small stores set up right at the farm themselves. And what we see in some places is a direct attack against some of those. I know that there have been attacks on farmers that will set up independent milk sales and things like that, as well as other things. And, it's where the state government goes after them. And that's something that is, in my opinion, a real threat to our way of life. It makes no sense for government to go after independent farmers and things like that where they're just trying to make a living and sell products that they make. But that is the nature of government. What we are seeing is the growth in the attack of people who are self-sufficient. We see a lot of places that are passing laws against people that are living off-grid. I know that there are people that have literally had their property taken from them because of their lifestyle, of where they're just not tied to the electric grid in any way, shape, or form. Now, a lot of this depends on where you live. The state that you live in has a lot to do with the things that are happening, and what happens within your area. Your local government plays into that as well. Fortunately for me, for around here in the area where I'm at, there's a lot of independently minded people, and we try to keep it that way. The folks that have moved into this area, not all of them, but for the most part, are very independent minded, and a lot of them are people that have moved out of areas that were much more restrictive, and that was why they moved. Now, I've talked about this before in other videos, but one of the things that we see is this growth in people that are always depending on others to provide for them, to take care of them, things like that. And the reason that the government loves people like that so much is because they give them power. People who are dependent on government are who gives government power. And when you get enough people dependent on government, then the government can control them, okay? And unfortunately, what happens is these people vote for politicians that are going to give them whatever they want, okay? And that's just an exchange of power. What we need to do in challenging this is to work within our own communities to build that independence. And guys, be willing to call people out. If there are people that have to have everything done for them, that can't seem or just simply refuse to do for themselves, to provide the basics, necessities for themselves, call them out, okay? We've got to push back on some of this stuff. It's nonsense, because if we let it continue, what's going to end up happening is those who want things to be handed to them, things to be done for them, are simply going to continue to vote for politicians that are going to take things from those of us that try to be as independent as we can to give to them. But guys, that's just a few thoughts that I had. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Build your communities. Build that independence. Your individual communities, your local community, your friends, your neighbors, whatever group that you're in. Okay, build that independence. But guys, thanks for watching. Check out the rest of the videos on my channel. Check out all of the links down in the description, and we'll see you next time.